Good evening, everybody. I'd just like to start by asking everybody to bear with me because I have to speak about somebody else other than myself for a change.
So true.
It is my duty and honor here tonight to introduce you to your valedictorian for 2013, Luke Markman. Now, Luke never really asked me to do this. It just kind of happened, just like everything else that seems to happen between him and I. We were standing outside our locker that we share, not really helping the whole romance thing. At the end of the day after our choreography class that consisted more of whining than actual working out. And Ms. Mahoney had walked by and said, "Oh, Luke, who's going to introduce you at grad for valedictorian?" He looks at me, he looks at Mr. Mahoney, he looks back at me, he looks at Ms. Mahoney, and goes, "Doug will do it." Okay. So I thank you for that as well, Luke. I'm glad you did that. It's a real pleasure to speak about somebody who has had such an impact on my time here at BSS, as well as everybody else here wearing a blue gown and a funny flat hat. His humor, his cheerfulness, his sarcasm, he just seems to know exactly what to say to make you smile, or in my case, make me even angrier just so he can sit back and watch me blow up. But afterwards, he's a great person to talk to and calm me back down. High school would not have been the same without Luke, as any of us know it. Whether you've been fortunate enough to be his friend, or maybe he's given you some tips and helped you out in the field and inspired you with his passion and his often expressed care for sharing, especially with the other team. And also, maybe you've also gotten a laugh or two out of his absolutely ridiculous lines. I guess having a spare in 3 gym classes and no motivation to do any work leaves you with a lot of time to come up with these ideas. Now, I can't speak for everybody. That's his job. That's why you vote for him. But what I can say on my behalf is that I'm very lucky to be best friends with this guy. And all the things that we've gone through, especially the road trips to Toronto for Game 7, which we're not going to talk about tonight. The air guitar to Boston in his basement. Late night online gaming, or even just going over after work and hanging out on fire. Like I said, it's an honor to be speaking about someone who I talk to at least once a day. And if I'm going to talk about somebody besides myself, I'm glad it's this guy. And I could go on forever, but I'm not going to. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, your valedictorian, my best friend, Luke Markman.
Well, hello everybody. Well, here we are. It's that time of year when you guys get to just sit around and hear me talk about the experiences that we had when seeing all the weird papers, and I'm sure you regret it now. But we started off not knowing much about each other, let alone ourselves at the beginning of high school. And high school was a time where you got to learn who you are, build character, and have some good times. We all remember our first day when we were walking through those front doors with a piece of paper in our hands, showing where to go in the locker combo. And even though the locker combo was on the piece of paper, you all asked someone to help you. Don't deny it if you did it. Even though we had we walked into the school and got lost a lot because some architectural genius decided to make one big circle with no windows. And at first it was really intimidating when we first got in, like seeing all the big kids in the very pit, like the Bermuda Triangle, grade 9s, and scary stuff. I was terrified, like there were so many tall people, and I came in short. Well, I came to the school at about 5'4", but it was not that bad. Because Kayla Keenan walking out at 5'2", but that's anyways, it was very scary for the first few days, but after about a week, we all started getting to know each other, and that's when things started changing. And that's the part that I found very interesting over the years. As we were trying to get to know other people, we were still trying to figure out who we were. It's funny, back in grade 9, I went to an English class, obviously, And within the first week, we had to do a project about ourselves. And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, this will be easy. I know exactly what I'm doing. And I also thought, well, what kind of reputation do I want? And I was like, I'll be the jock. And I realized I got good at sports. That didn't work. And then I was like, nerd, I can be nerd. And then, no, I haven't read a book since kindergarten. And then, of course, in the long run, I ended up being a class clown, the teacher's favorite. I know you're welcome, teachers. And I just realized that, like, we don't have to worry so much about getting a reputation. You just gotta learn to be yourself. And that's one thing that the biggest lesson I learned throughout high school is just be yourself. It doesn't matter, like, you don't really need to impress anyone or anything like that. And I find that too many people try to just get a good reputation. And that's one of the many things I learned through high school, but I also learned how to work with people, learned how to study, and I also learned that you shouldn't get up in front of your whole school wearing your girlfriend's skinny jeans singing cha-ching. Don't ask. But honestly, getting to know this class has been truly an amazing experience. I'm just happy it was with this group. I would have rather than no one else. They taught me many things. Like, for example, Ty Holly. Doesn't even know it, but she taught me a few things. She taught me to try something new and always go in thinking the father better. I learned that daily. I also learned from my friend Gavin, tell me to forget and forgive. And that was from a little experience we had back in grade 9, but I'm not going to go into that. I also learned from Jamie True. She always showed me to be positive and happy because no matter the situation, she always had a smile on her face. And one thing I learned recently, which was Tiffany mentioned, that you should always go pass her down, try new things. Because if you know me, I'm not exactly the shirt from the end of the drawer, and valedictorian wasn't exactly something I considered, and then she just one day texted me saying, you know what, you should try it. And I guess I had sympathy, everyone picked me. And I could go on and on about this class, but I think you guys are going. And even though some of you guys are ready to move on, you're thinking, you just want to get out of this Albert Sheet school, I truly had to make it work here for that step, and I would do it all again the exact same way. Through all the fights, laughs, the loving, the accidents, and the mistakes that we made, I couldn't be happier. I only wish that I got to know a little bit longer rather than just going to meeting this year, but at least I got the chance. I'm really happy to say that. And while I was writing this, it's happening right now. My heartbeats started picking up a lot. And I was just nervous and scared of what lies ahead. And I said to myself, come on, you've done this before. And at that moment I realized I was talking to myself and I should probably go see a doctor. But seriously, this feeling that we're all getting right now, we experienced exactly 4 years ago when we were walking into the school. Everyone's scared, everyone's nervous, we don't know what lies ahead. All I gotta say is one last thing. We can do it. We have done it. Thank you very much.